Hey YouTube, this is going to be a little bit of a new thing that you guys haven't seen from me in a long time. Guys told you about the old band that I used to, was going to start. Um, I'm not a very good singer, and at the end of this video, I will do a music demo of what I sound like singing. Of course, it's going to be a Blackfoot Brides, because it's what I'm kind of gotten into. But this is just my lesson story of my bullying issues, and this is where it ties into my song's title, as in not song style, but band title. My band is called the White Line Inc. White Line Inc. stands for what this message comes through me and everybody else that is in the band. My bullying started when I was in 4th grade. I think I have a video on this. I'm not sure if I deleted it and never posted it. But I was bullied by a teacher actually. And she was terrible, and she treated me like shit. And she made my grades go lower on purpose. She would give me failing grades even though it was correct. I remember her sitting here and I say, no, this is correct. And because I'd sit there and did it in front of her, she said, honey, that's wrong. And she told me I was stupid and I was retarded and I could never learn. Just because I have a disability doesn't mean I can't learn. Bullying started throughout, one year I remember I kept getting weird looks because I was the child who was always hyper and energetic. And to this place, being normal is having twerking videos and being in a pool, being pretty skinny and preppy is all that's here. And I'm not a preppy girl. I'm one of those girls that wear black and white and red and just like, seriously, just be dark colors and be myself. I've been told I'm ugly, I'm a faggot, I'm disgusting, because everybody saw me drool. But there was a side effect behind it that I could not help it. I still do it today, but I do not do it as often because it has gotten to the point where I grew out of it, or it has kind of reverberated and stopped. When I was a little kid, I had 2 saliva glands in the back of my throat. I was born with it. It was a defect. Where I would create more spit because my mom would have rags full of spit because my mouth, I couldn't swallow. It was so much I couldn't swallow. It was a defect. And as I was going through middle school, I kept slobbering because I couldn't help it. And I told everybody I couldn't help it and they just sat there and laughed at me. It was horrifying to me. And there was another time where I haven't even gotten into the rock era at that time. I noticed any of these Relapse Symphony and Blackfoot Brides. I've never, been a part of that. I was bending down to open my locker and bent down to get my books out of my book bag, and this girl came up behind me and kicked her boot in the straight of my butt, and it made my head go forward towards the locker. If I would not have put my fist right here, my head would have split straight open because there was the locker edge that had sharp edges to close the locker, the latch. My head was very ready to go straight for it, and if I wouldn't have put my hand over it, my head went straight into it. She got caught for that. She called me faggot, disgusting, when not just saying that, but I feel like she had a lot of problems and issues at home as well. And that's what really a bully is a person who has a lot of trouble, or at home as in parents just didn't grow up I should say correctly, as in know what's wrong and right, what's not to do. There's some kids that just do crap what they want, and then they get caught for it, and they don't know why they got caught, because they know they didn't do wrong. They thought they were doing right. There's kids like that didn't know right from wrong, or specific things. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what something's right from wrong, it's like, should I do that or should I not? and you go ahead and do it anyways. That's what I'm talking about. But, you know, this is our drummer, which is my boyfriend at the moment. I'm going to tell his story. His story was not basically bullying. It was the way he grew up in a family. He's not a bully to anybody today, but he was bullied himself. He thought, you guys would think the person who gets beat up at home is a bully. That's not always the case. His case, he was the one being bullied. His mother abused him. He was abused, throughout his life. His mother was out of the picture by the time he was 15 or 16 years old. And it was hard for him to move on. And he was looking for the right girl, because every girl he dated really cheated on him, and I hate one of them because of what she did to him in front of me. So, I just, and also my beliefs, goes into what I feel what is right and wrong, is that if you see a man hit a woman any time of the day or anywhere or any time, call the police. It's called abuse, and that's not right. That's what turns people into madhouses. What I'm saying by that is that you see people who get bullied and people who get abused. It's like a chain link. Your daddy abuses your mom mom abuses the child abuses another child. It's a chain link. And I've noticed that over the years through the people who I've met. Our bass, her name's Claire. Oh my God. She's insane. She's like crazy hyper. And she's like really random and all this. And she's got lung cancer right now from secondhand smoke about her mom. And if you guys would reach a hand out to her, that'd be great. As in just comment and say, hope she feels better. There's side effects, and they've caught it early enough to where she will only lose her hair, and they can get chemotherapy on her. She's a cancer survivor, and let's hope. We're still actually kind of looking for a couple of people to play. We had a couple of people back out because of other bands. So anyways, the reason why the White Line Ink goes with the band name is that if you think about it this way, and this is kind of like a science project with this name. Take a black light and say you get a tattoo and you hate it. So this is something you shouldn't do until you're like married and you know for sure if you like tattoos. You get your girlfriend's name tattooed on your arm. Something like that. Something you might regret if she breaks up with you, which most likely she will, if it's not the one. And everything. So say you get it done and you get it taken off. There's only one way to take off a tattoo, and it's to cover it up. Not cover it up completely, but there's places where they will take the ink and it'll draw it out. It's some specific place. I don't know what it is, but I've heard of it and I've seen it done. But I've seen it with autopsies. My mom is like, this relates to my family as well, how I know this, is like, she's seen autopsies where these men have died and they've had tattoos on their arm they've had removed. And this is where my name came from. Think about it. You really, really hate that girl and you want that tattoo off. You take it, you get it taken off, and you're like, it's not there anymore. No worries. Then, later on down the road in life, you meet a girl, it's almost like it's a relapse. Thinking about it, either get the tattoo taken off. If you take a black light black light to a reverse tattoo, meaning a taken off tattoo, the tattoo will actually come up in white ink because it's impossible to get the ink out of your skin completely. yes, you may take the black pigment out of the ink to make it not appear there anymore. But if you put a black light over your hand, or black light in the dark, it'll come up and looks like white ink. There's also tattoo shops that offer white ink tattoos. That's also where I got that in. It was kind of really cool, but I felt like that. But the meaning behind that tattoo thing is because, think about it. The struggles in life that you have and you face, you really don't want them anymore. You try to erase them from your memory. It won't work. If you think about it, have you ever had, ask yourself this, have you ever had a moment in your life where you don't want to remember anything anymore? You want to start over, and you try to erase it, and it's still there. It's impossible to make a bad memory come out of your head. It'll always come back to you no matter what. It's like karma. It's impossible where the name White Line Ink comes from, because everyone in my band has had a struggle from where they've come from. And they've had to face it over and over and over again. It's where mine comes from. And this is going to be the end of my video. So I told you guys at the beginning of this video I would do kind of like a sound check on what I sound like. Give me 1 second. I gotta find my headphones. There they are. Now, I'm going to do acapella to 1. And then I'm not even going to do that. All acapella. This is a little bit of Rebel Love Song from Black Velvet. I cannot hide what's on my mind. I feel it burning deep inside. A passion come to take what's mine. Let us start living for today. Never gonna change my mind. We can leave it all behind. Nothing's gonna stop us. No, not this time. So, Rebel, and then I'm gonna do another demo. I can somewhat rap. You can try to leave it. No, I'm not even gonna do it. We are the in-between, cast downs of sons of war, struck to the earth like lightning, now world's we're torn. We won't cause the pain of living up their walls. Take joy in who you are, we know our wings are flawed. We were born to death in heaven, we were down alone in hell. We only want to see ourselves. Now, I messed up those lyrics. Don't accurate on me. Okay, last one. It's a little bit of, it's the chorus to Legacy from Black Velvet. A legacy born from a dream. With our leather wings, we rose from the streets. With our hands on destiny. Thank you guys. This is the introduction to my band. Thank you guys. If you want to help with the band and you want to try to participate in it, go for it. Please leave a comment or a video response if you want to try out for my band. Please. Oh, and the type of our band is a rock hardcore, kind of like Black Velvet, Pierce the Veil, and everybody else. Basically, we are like Relapse Symphony. See you guys.